y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name is Nicole. My pronouns are she and her, and I live in the Pacific Northwest on the traditional unceded territory of the Coast Salish Nations. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. If you haven't already, I'd love it if you'd hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this content. And if you enjoy this video, I'd love it if you would like it. I am doing my budget check-in for March 2021, week 3. Let's go ahead and get into those transactions. This is actually going to be coming out a little early, and I'm coming to you from my bed. I had some dental surgery yesterday, and I'm totally fine. Is it swollen? I'm totally fine, but they had recommended taking the day off work to rest, and I'm glad that I did because it would be hard, I think, to be like doing lots of heavy lifting and that kind of stuff and like loading kilns today. So I kind of organized it so that that was all done and I could take the day off to rest. But otherwise doing well. I think they did a good job and it doesn't hurt. I just keep taking ibuprofen every few hours. Let's get into these transactions. So about an hour before I went to the dentist, I picked up my order that I had made like a month ago from the Percival restaurant. If you're an old time viewer, you probably remember me going to the cafeteria at my school where the culinary students sold food and baked goods. So I would often go and get a baked good. Well, they just did this cool thing where you could order ahead and pick up some things. And so, yeah, it just happened to coincide with the day that I had to get this dental surgery. But I got 4 savory scones, Gruyere cheese, bacon, and onions. And I got to eat one before going to the dentist, and it was very good. I gave 2 away, and the other one I'm going to throw in the freezer so I can have that when I'm able to eat solid foods again, which honestly is probably like tomorrow. Just being like really conservative and careful. But anyway, it was really cool to get to support the students again and get yummy baked goods as a bonus. So that's going to go into restaurants. That was $11. After the dentist, I went to Safeway to fill the prescription for a antibiotic mouthwash that I need to use that I'm just realizing I forgot to do this morning. And while I was there, I also picked up Junior's Prozac. So this total at the pharmacy was, where are you? $56.32. And I'm going to split it between the cat fund and health. I don't remember exactly how much each thing was, but I thought they said it was like 25 something before they added the cat medicine. Oh, and I also picked up ibuprofen and acetaminophen because I didn't have acetaminophen at home, and I mean, I always need more ibuprofen. So I got all of those things. It was $56.32. I'm going to put $20 in the cat fund and then do the rest, $36.32 to health. And track that expense. All right, while I was there, I also picked up some mush foods because I didn't really think about that part. I wasn't really prepared to not eat like solid food. I mean, I don't think it's that I can't eat solid food. I just am not supposed to eat like really crunchy food, but like most of the food I own is crunchy or seedy, like just has a lot of like parts. So I got some stuff there that was $22.55. And in case you're curious, that's going to go in groceries. In case you're curious, my mush foods of choice were, I didn't buy these, but I made eggs, scrambled eggs with a good amount of milk in them to make them really like soft. And I also got rice pudding, a bougie jar of tomato soup, and I got, because I'm not supposed to have hot liquids, and normally I make hot coffee in the morning. I also got one of my favorite things to get. Usually I get it when I'm traveling, but like staying in an Airbnb or something, so that I don't have to buy coffee every morning. The Califia Farms almond milk mocha coffee drink, which was delicious this morning. Yeah. So moving back into transactions, Crafting the Future came out. That comes out of sharing my income in in radical intersectional feminism. Internet came out, and that was $80 as usual. I paid for this video class online. It was $15, and I'm going to put that into fun, even though I know it's going to bring me over just a bit, just because I don't know where else that would go. I'm going to go into groceries. I bought some grocery items at the dollar store. It was $8.43. Actually, now that I think of it, I actually bought like several kind of garden items from their garden section, but like whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and just throw that in groceries. That was $8.43. I bought these two. They're pretty low quality, but little metal hanging baskets. They're doing the trick. I'm just not totally sure they're going to last a long time, but they were pretty cool. And I bought some clippers and some gardening gloves from the dollar store. So they've got some good stuff there. At Grocery Outlet, I bought some groceries, including 4 pounds of coffee. You know what? I got 6 pounds of coffee. I stocked up on coffee because they had some brands that I liked that sounded good, and I just went ahead and stocked up because like I never do not have a need to have coffee, and I just keep it in the freezer to keep it fresh. So that was $65.09. I also bought a few groceries as well, but I think that was the reason. You see, I'm going over on groceries a little bit. It's been a pretty good month for that, but that was the reason I went over, because I stocked up there. I went to the coffee shop and I actually bought a sparkling water, but I met up with the new executive director of the craft school that I used to work at and will work at in the future. I just haven't been working during the pandemic at that place. And that was really cool to get to meet her. Turns out we're from the same home state, and we had a lot of cool things to talk about. So that was $4.36 at Holy Coffee Roasters. It's going to go in restaurants. I also had a slice of pizza with my friend, or I had 2 slices of pizza. I didn't get a calzone because they were running behind that day and it was going to take an hour, which that's my new favorite thing. But anyway, I got pizza with my friend and podmate, and that was $14.30. I always make sure to leave a big tip when I go to restaurants, because I think that if I'm going to increase people's exposure, I should tip well. And actually, that reminds me, I tipped, I paid in, did I pay in cash? Yes, I think I did. Anyway, so I think that was actually $6 because I tipped the change in $1. So I'm going to fix that. Okay. Let's see. I got a cool thing from my classmate in the entrepreneur class I'm taking, or the small business development class I'm taking. I bought a body butter, and I actually filmed an unboxing and a review, so let me know down below if you want to see that. I definitely am not encouraging people to spend money on things they don't need, but when I do spend my money, as you know if you've ever watched this channel before, I like to spend it with other independent business owners, or other things that bring me a lot of value. So that was $20.97, and that included shipping, and that is going to go into my 2% to art category. It does bring me a little over there, $5.97 over, but I am fine with that. That makes me happy. And last but not least, I got my tax return. So normally I don't get a huge tax return. I get like maybe like $300 to $600. I do a lot of 1099 work typically, so, or like at least some to a lot every year. So whatever I've kind of decided on has been working for me the last decade or so, so that I usually don't owe, or if I do owe, it's a very small amount, depending on that additional 1099 work I do. But obviously in 2020, I didn't really do any 1099 work. It's just a few months at Arbutus before things shut down. And so it's a little higher than usual. I know that this is nowhere near some of the tax returns I see people getting, but I'm happy to use this money that the government paid me back to do cool things with. So this is going to go into miscellaneous income, and I will allocate that in my budget reconciliation. And This March interest, I still haven't added it up. It's just across a bunch of different accounts. So I'll be getting back to you about that hopefully next week. And last but not least, I realize I didn't pull this back out, but I had this random transaction that I didn't know what it was for. It was this GG South Puget Sound. I honestly could not figure out what that was for, but I Googled it and it said that it was like for a donation. So I just put it into the sharing my income category and I'm not going to worry about it. I definitely will keep an eye on anything else weird showing up on my account. But yeah, that's my week. I hope that you are having an awesome week. Let me know down below how it's going, and I will see you in the next video.